Hello, everyone. This is Old School from WhatTheBuck.net. I'm repping the Panther hat as a result of my bet with Big Nick and the Panther Nation last week. After the ass whipping they gave us, I have to rock this thing for now one more YouTube video and one more of my shows over at WhatTheBuck.net, and I will do that as I am a man of my word. So I have obviously got my Bucs logo behind me, but the Panthers hat on because they owned us in Carolina, and now we walk into Atlanta hoping to avoid the same fate. We are 0-2 on the road against NFC South opponents. I was there live in New Orleans when we lost to the Saints. I was not there live when we lost to the Panthers. I will not be there, but my man D. Sanchez will be in the Georgia Dome for this week's game against the Falcons, which has renewed importance as a result of our inability to get the job done in Carolina last week. We face a resurgent Falcons team who has done far more than I think anyone could have predicted, given everything that had happened to them in the offseason. Coach Smith has brought his team to play. He's got some quality people on both sides of the ball. I think first and foremost, everyone has to talk about Matt Ryan and the amazing rookie season he's had. And it goes beyond just being a good rookie quarterback. This kid is acting as though he's a veteran. He's able to make changes at the line. He is learning very quickly, and he can certainly make all the throws. That was never a question. Now, the first time Atlanta played Tampa this year is second week of the year. Ryan's second legitimate game in the regular season, and he got made to look like it by a very good defense. I do not think we will see the same Matt Ryan this week that we did in week 2. He continues to learn, continues to evolve, continues to take his game to the next level. Now, I, of course, as a Bucs fan, hope we can make him look like a punk, but chances are that's not going to happen. He's a heck of a player, and it's going to be a heck of a challenge. Now, before we even get to see the challenge in Matt Ryan, though, we have the challenge of the Atlanta Falcons equivalent to smash and dash, which are Michael Turner and Jarius Norwood. Turner, the human bowling ball, a tremendous runner, finally breaking out of the shadow of LaDainian Tomlinson. He's got a tremendous year going thus far. He and Jarius didn't do a particularly good job against us last year. We contained them pretty well. But again, we did that against Carolina at home, and then we went up there and they hung 300 yards on us. So this is a situation where we're now playing in Atlanta on their surface. It's a fast surface. I think it definitely plays into their hands. Our defense is quick, but I think their running backs are going to gain a lot more of an advantage from playing at home than our defense will gain from being on the faster surface. And to be honest, we used to make a lot of fun of the Atlanta wide receivers because they just flat out weren't very good. But Roddy White's done very well. Michael Jenkins is having a decent year. They give Matt Ryan some decent targets out there. Our defense is going to have their A game. Certainly not what they had in Carolina, or we're going to end up getting another L hung on us this week. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, John Abraham's a little dinged up, but John Abraham is a man, and we're going to have to make sure we're on him now. Julius Peppers got stonewalled by Donald Penn last week. When they switched him over to the right-hand side and he went up against Trueblood, he had some success. Atlanta is not stupid. They will do the same thing. If Donald Penn's able to contain Abraham, they'll flip him over there and he'll go on Trueblood. We're going to have to make sure we keep some time for whatever quarterback ends up starting, because as we come into this game, Tampa doesn't even know who's going to start at quarterback. Garcia's got the calf injury again. We got Greasy with an elbow injury he sustained in Denver. We may see Luke McCown this week, which would be amazing for a team that's making a playoff run and was talking last week about having legitimate shots at fighting the Giants for home field advantage, to be talking about bringing in their third-string quarterback. But that is exactly what we're faced with this week. Now, Luke McCown, if he does start, brings a little bit different flavor to the offense. He's got a big arm. He's not afraid to take those shots downfield. He's going to be a little bit more cavalier with the ball, a la Brian Greasy. But you're going to get the ups and the downs, right? He'll test the Atlanta secondary, which I don't think is particularly stout long. But he's also not going to be quite as smart as Jeff Garcia is with checking in and out of plays. So we'll see who actually ends up going for the Bucs. Now, one thing I didn't mention yet, Boley and Brooking, obviously a strong linebacker core for the Falcons. I'd love to sit here and make fun of the Falcons, but you can't. They play solid football. It's a shame for them that they went and laid an egg when they played New Orleans, because they were making a hell of a run, and they're still in the thick of things here as we get towards the end of the season. It's probably good for Atlanta. They've taken a bunch of kicks in the teeth with the Michael Vick situation, and it's good to see that franchise turning around. Obviously, I'm not a fan. There's not the rivalry that I have with the Panthers that I have, with the Falcons. But obviously, we want to come out of there with the win this week and right our ship after getting handed our lunch last week against Carolina. So the discussion points or the keys to the game this week: we're going to contain the rushing attack. Obviously, Michael Turner is a legitimate threat. Jarius Norwood is mad fast, and we're going to have to make sure that we remember how to tackle. We clearly forgot how to do that last week. We've got to make Matt Ryan make mistakes. Now, we've confused some really good veteran quarterbacks like Drew Brees into making just bad throws, and we got to continue to do that. Coach Kiffin and the staff Coach Morris has got to get our DBs into a mode where they're confusing the hell out of Matt Ryan, making him make bad throws like he did to the left side that Jason David took back about 40 yards on him against the Saints. Those are things we can do with disguising our coverages. Expect Jermaine Phillips and Rondé Barber, as well as P-Buck, to have a shot at really kind of taking it to Matt Ryan in that regard. And then we got to test the secondary of the Falcons because I just don't think they look that good. When you look at what we're facing over there, Lawyer Malloy is probably the only name anyone outside of Atlanta knows. I think Eric Coleman leads their team in interceptions with, I think, 2. And I think he's actually a little dinged up coming in this week. Antonio Bryant's coming off of a 200-yard game. Whoever our quarterback is, better damn well look downfield because we should be able to take advantage of it. Obviously, we start with our run, trying to establish that, whether it's Work Done or Cadillac Williams, and then try and get Antonio Bryant open for some of those passes. We've really got to rebound from that game against the Panthers, folks. This is an important game. I think we're going to be able to do it. I think this team has the intestinal fortitude to do it. I think the coaching staff will get them ready to play. I do expect it to be a slugfest. However, I expect to see Antonio Bryant put up another big game because I just don't think Atlanta's got anything that can control him. And I think Barrett Ruud's going to come up big because the defense didn't last week, and I think it all starts with our middle linebacker, and I think B. Ruud is going to hold it down this week and hopefully contain the two pretty monstrous backs they have in Atlanta. I expect the Bucs to win 24-20. If you want to see the review of this game, tune in to us. We do a show Monday and Thursday nights at www.whatthebuck.net. We'd love to have you over there. I've noticed a lot of Panther fans on YouTube. I haven't seen a lot of Atlanta fans. I know I got a couple of folks that chimed in on my videos, Tricky T and a couple others. Hopefully their insight goes a little bit beyond just the profanity I've seen so far, but if not, so be it. If it does, then bring it on over and let's chat about it. Let's talk about these teams. And as always, go Bucs, and we'll see you guys at Monday's show or after the show.